Смешили.
Hey everybody, welcome to Studio 64. My name's David. I've been searching the interzones for more science, space and tech news to share with you. And from the makes you laugh but it's not funny department at RT.com, yes, Ukrainian anthem found in US voter database code according to Politico. I'm not saying a word. A review of the software responsible for compiling voter lists in New Hampshire reportedly revealed that it was connected to servers outside the US. Oh dear. The Ukrainian anthem has been found embedded in the source code of a voter database in the state of New Hampshire, the development of which had apparently been outsourced to offshore programmers, according to Politico. Really, I thought that was a conspiracy theory. Fascinating. Election officials had previously decided to replace the state's voter registration database before the upcoming 2024 presidential election and reportedly turned to a small Connecticut-based IT firm called WSD Digital to develop the software. However, upon reviewing the completed project, it was revealed that the firm had offshored some of the work. Given that this posed a risk of unknown coders outside the US having access to the software and potentially being able to manipulate voter lists, New Hampshire officials hired a forensic firm to scour the code for signs of hidden malware. Maybe they shouldn't have looked. It's funny what happens you can see when you look for things. The probe reportedly revealed a number of unwelcome surprises. Well, unwelcome, but shall we say, not much of a surprise. Politico claims, citing a person familiar with the investigation. It's always somebody familiar with the investigation, isn't it? These included the use of open source code, software which had been misconfigured to connect to servers outside the country, and the lyrics to the Ukrainian national anthem. Don't! Oh, Lord. A programmer had hard-coded the Ukrainian national anthem into the database in an apparent gesture of solidarity with Kiev, Politico wrote. State officials, however, have stated that none of the findings have amounted to evidence of wrongdoing. And that all the issues have been resolved by the company in charge of the database's development before it came into use. That should raise a very, very, very bright red blow your eyeballs out flag. Like, seriously. Like, that's just got to be I love this. I love it. State officials, however, have stated none of the findings have amounted to evidence of wrongdoing. I'm just hoping it was a practical joke on the US side, because you know what I mean? Like, that's just, no. It's as I said, it makes you laugh, but it's not funny, you know? This was a disaster averted. Seriously. I'm sorry, the disaster's already happened. Politico's source said, noting that hackers could have potentially exploited the vulnerabilities to edit the state's voter rolls or use them to stoke election conspiracies. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, well, just because we've got this little bit of evidence here doesn't mean it's true. Dear Lord. While the potential catastrophe in New Hampshire has apparently been averted, Politico stated its own 6-month-long investigation into the matter suggested similar issues could pop up in other states due to a lack of oversight of the development of vote processing software. Really? So they're not the only ones. Interesting. The technology vendors who build software used on election day face razor-thin profit margins, the outlet wrote, noting that this provides little room for crucial investments in security and results in many states lacking a rigorous system to verify what actually goes into election software. I wonder if that's done deliberately. But that is really interesting, isn't it? I love how they're worried about stoking election conspiracies when they've just openly admitted the lyrics to a national anthem of a foreign nation are embedded in the code of your voting machines. You're worried about stoking conspiracy theories? Well, I hate to tell you, but that's how it starts. Oh, dear Lord. Meanwhile, the FBI reported last month it was confident that Iran has been trying to interfere in the upcoming election in November and had allegedly sought to gain access to the presidential campaigns of both political parties, even though... Isn't it always funny, both sides of complaining about election interference, but it's still a conspiracy theory? I wonder where people get the ideas for that sort of thing. I really have no clue myself. Tehran, however, has denied the accusations, calling them unsubstantiated and devoid of any standing, and insisting that it has no intention in meddling in US elections. That's possibly true, possibly false, you don't know. But this, a programmer had hard-coded the Ukrainian national anthem into the database in the apparent gesture of solidarity with Kiev. Okay, was it a local programmer? Was it overseas? That's something that they're, like, are they going to do anything about it? Dear Lord, I mean, the rumours running around that you had Eastern Europeans in accessing coding in other machines. Yeah, accessing those IP addresses from, I don't know, Eastern European countries. I've made videos on them, and it just fascinates me. Okay, it might be true, it might be false, but the point is now you've got Politico coming out. This is a mainstream media outlet coming out and with this information. And as I say, it really interests me. How the hell do you get someone to put the code into another country's national anthem if apparently these things aren't supposed to be connected to the internet? If it was local and it was, okay, not good, but understandable. This needs to be investigated so we can find out whether there is foreign nationals being involved in any way, shape or form with a local election in another country. I don't care which country it is. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, we're not worried about the hidden... You're worried about, hire a forensic firm to scour the code for signs of hidden malware. Let's just gloss over the fact that there was information in there that shouldn't have been in there. And people go, well, it's the Ukrainian national anthem, Slava Ukrainians and all this sort of stuff. I don't care. I want to know who did it, why it was done, and more importantly, where it was done. Absolutely and utterly fascinating. But apparently, you don't want to stoke election conspiracy theories, do we? No. People want to know why they start. Absolutely fascinating. All right, well, my name is David. Thanks for joining me for another Studio 64 Science, Space and Tech News update. I shall see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're up for it, drop a comment down below the video because I'd love to hear what you think. All right, take care. And as I always say, if you can't be good at it. And as I also always say,
my brain hurts.
5, 4,